Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking to you about creating an outdoor space for your child. We have gone over all the areas of the home where your child spends time, and now we are going outside. Now, learning and being outdoors is my absolute favorite thing. And why? It is because you don't need a lot of stuff outside. You don't even need perfect weather. We often think of the outdoors as a place for children to burn off energy, but it can also be a place for relaxation and focus. When creating an outdoor space for your child, consider how much space you have. Is there an area of the outdoors, of your outdoor space, that can be dedicated to the child? This could look like a little corner. This might be a larger space, big or small. Is there an area that can be for the child? And when I say a space for the child, I'm thinking of a space where they can dig, where they can explore, where they can observe, where they can get dirty without worrying, without you, the adult, worrying about them getting into the garden or wrecking the flowers or any of those types of things. Now, if you don't have a space like this, you can easily make one. What you need is just a really large bin. So you can get one of those under the bed, large plastic bins, fill that with dirt or sand, and have that be your child's outdoor space. You could also use like a really tall planter, a really old planter. I'm thinking one that's really heavy, that's not going to move around a lot. You can fill that with dirt for the child to be able to dig around a little bit. You want to create a child-friendly access to water outside. So much of what we do outside involves water, like watering the grass, watering the plants, those types of things. So what you can do is you can just get a big bucket, fill it with water, and then provide the child with a child-size watering can like this one that comes in our plant care set. And then they can just go and dunk it into the water to fill it up, and then they can go around and water the garden. Carrying a watering can full of water is also really great for developing focus and concentration, because the child is just naturally eventually going to want to try to refine their movements enough not to spill the water. So it's really great for developing equilibrium, focus, and concentration. And once they get a little bit older, you can show them how to access the hose or the outdoor faucet so that they can get their own water. Outdoors, you still want to provide them with child-size tools. So keeping those things in a big bin or in an area of the shed that is accessible to the child. Obviously, you want to make sure that it's safe, but providing them with child-sized tools where they can do some of those outdoor tasks that they see you doing. So in the spring and fall, when we're out there raking leaves, a child-size rake, just like the ones that the adults use. And you can show the child how to rake the leaves. It's a really fun activity. We used to do it all the time at school. I mean, what would end up happening is we would end up raking all of the leaves into a big giant pile for the children to then jump in, scatter the leaves, and then we would have to rake them all into a big pile again. But eventually we would put them into those big paper bags. But the children really enjoyed participating in them, in those types of tasks. For helping out in the garden, you can provide them with child-size gardening tools. We have even smaller ones than this at the shop as well, if these seem like they might be a little bit big. But you could have a rake, a little shovel, and another little shovel so that they can help with the gardening, or like I said, you can set them up with their own spot where they can just freely dig and explore, and you don't have to worry about the flowers so much. But really the most important thing that you want to do when you're outdoors is connect the child to nature. Maybe plant a garden that they can help care for. Plant an herb or a vegetable garden where they can eat the food that they have helped to grow, and they can also learn where produce comes from. It's a great opportunity to talk to your child about the elements and what plants need to grow and thrive. Like I said at the beginning, the potential for learning outside is endless. And the beautiful thing about being outside with children is that you can really just follow their lead. You can go out with very few tools, not a lot of plans, and just see what happens, see what interests them. One of the best things that you can take with you when you go on a walk with a child is a magnifying glass, because they're going to see things that we as adults oftentimes will just walk right by. The child will notice that anthill on the ground, or they'll notice a delicate little flower amongst the grass. So bring a magnifying glass along with you so that you can really stop and explore and see what it is that they're interested in. And through their interests, you can really cover all areas of development, because they're outside, they're developing their gross motor skills, they're getting that wonderful fresh air, they're following their interests, there's cognitive development, you're talking to them about what they're seeing, so there's language development, they're spending time with you, there might be some social interactions if you bump into other children. So really it encompasses, all areas of development when you're outside. And sometimes just going outside for a child-led walk can be the best thing. So I really encourage you to do that. We have a ton of blog posts about the outdoors, including the Montessori approach to gardening, some great summer activities, spring activities, fall activities. So I really encourage you to check those out if you're looking for some ideas on what to do outside with your children. So really the most important thing to remember outside is to just try to create a dedicated space for your child so that they're able to explore and dig and really connect with nature in a way that suits and interests them. So I hope you found this helpful. Go to our website if you're ever looking for any sort of outdoor child-sized tools. We have a great selection here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.